Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting something a little new on my channel where I'm going to be talking about specific seasons of TV shows. I do still have like my ranking videos where I rank everything that I've watched and stuff, but I don't like to like fully rank a TV show until I've watched it all the way through. And so I decided to start doing this where I'm going to just not necessarily rank, but talk about a TV show after I've watched like one specific season. So I'm going to start that today, and we're going to start that with the TV show season 1 of End of the Effing World. This TV show is on Netflix and it stars Alex Lautner as James and Jessica Barden as Alyssa. It's based on a comic book by Charles S. Forsman. So this TV show follows Alyssa and James as they kind of go through their teenage lives. At the very beginning of the show, we are introduced to James, who fully believes he is a psychopath. He feels like he just doesn't feel anything. At one point in his life, he stuck his hand in a deep fryer just to see if he could feel anything, and he obviously felt like physical pain, but other than that he felt like nothing. He feels nothing towards anything, and honestly everything he feels like is beneath him, and the only reason he does anything like go to school is so that he can observe and he can eventually, he says, find someone to kill. And then he meets Alyssa, who is completely different. She is a little bit of a lunatic in her own way, but not necessarily in the same way as him. She is the way she is because she has a very odd home life. It's very clear that she loves her mother and she wants to have a relationship with her mother, but her mother has remarried someone else and they have 2 children together, and she just doesn't feel like a priority in her mom's new fancy life. She's always told by her mother and her stepfather that she needs to smile and tone herself down to fit this lifestyle that they've created for themselves, and she's just not about that life. And so her and James become friends. Well, she thinks they're friends. He just wants to eventually kill her. But together they run away from home and go on this road trip together to eventually find Alyssa's dad, who she thinks still loves her and actually wants some sort of relationship with her, where her mother doesn't. But we do see in this season that it's not necessarily her mother who doesn't want this, it's her stepfather that just doesn't want her, and he's very manipulative to her mother, which is very, very sad. But anyway, I'm not going to get into too much detail because some shit does go down in this TV show that is really crazy. But all that to say, I actually really enjoyed this show. I thought the characters were actually like really funny in their own ways. They're definitely not characters that I feel like anyone is necessarily supposed to relate with fully. Like there's definitely things about Alyssa that I feel like people definitely could relate to, like just not feeling comfortable in their own home and feeling like a complete stranger in their own home. And she obviously puts up this tough girl front about it. Like she doesn't want to talk about it. She's a tough girl. Nothing will faze her. Nothing will bother her. But one thing that's really cool about this show is we see both of these characters' inner monologue a lot. Even though James puts up this like psychopath personality where he has no emotion, when we see into his head we can actually see that he does actually care about things, and he is really, really starting to care about Alyssa. And even though Alyssa puts up this like tough girl front, when things happen and shit gets real, she is scared, she's freaking out, she doesn't know what to do, and also she also very much cares about James. Season 1 end of this show ended off with a major cliffhanger. Sam and I have already started season 2, so I do know what happens after the end of season 1. So I'm not going to talk about the end of season 1. I'm also not going to talk about season 2, but I will say it does end off on a cliffhanger, but luckily season 2 is already up and available on Netflix. I definitely would recommend this show. I think it's really cute. Sometimes we act a certain way, but that's not what we're really thinking and what's going on inside of our head. I think it's a very normal thing, especially for teenagers, that they think putting up this like front is gonna hide and make people not realize what's going on. I think it's very important. I think it was really cool to see in a show like this, seeing these characters feel one way but then act another way, and I feel like that's something very important because lots of people do that. Teenagers do that. Even as adults, people are doing stuff like that, and I think it's very important to see and to realize that, again, all of these things are very normal and okay, and I think it's good to see that sometimes it's okay to express how you're feeling once you kind of find that person in your life that maybe at first you didn't think was going to be that person, but eventually you do realize that this is your person and they will watch out for you and care for you, and you can maybe open yourself up a little bit more to them. So with that being said, I definitely would recommend End of the Effing World. It's definitely not for everyone, especially Alyssa can be quite crude in this show. It is a British show, so there's definitely some like British humor that I definitely know some people don't appreciate very much. So I'll just say that there is very crude language in this show. Alyssa is dropping F-bombs every which way in the next, but it is still a really good show, and I definitely think it has a lot of a deeper meaning to it than just two kids running away from home. One is a psychopath and one pretends she's all tough and unstoppable and whatnot. That is my little bit of a review for season 1 of End of the Effing World. Sam and I have started season 2, but we kind of keep putting it off because other things keep coming up. So eventually we will finish it, and I will do a little bit of a review of season 2 once I do eventually get to it. But you may see other shows before that because, like I said, we definitely get distracted with some other things. That's going to be it for now. I know that was really short, but it's just a season. I think these are good videos just to quickly film and have out for you guys if you are interested in these shows at all. So that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, I would love it if you would like and subscribe. I post new videos every single Friday, and I would love to have you here. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.